Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that all bell notification. In that way you won't miss any time I publish a new video. All right, so what are we going to be making today? Well, today we'll be making pork chops with apple, thyme and chive. So these are the ingredients that is needed in order to make our pork chops with apple, thyme and chive. So 1 medium onion cut up. I have about 2 apples there, cut up, sliced up thinly. 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon of dry thyme. It's a 1/4 cup of apple juice, or you could also use apple cider vinegar as well. We're going to be using some chicken broth, well, some cornstarch and some chicken broth as well. Okay, so let's get to seasoning the pork. So what I'm going to do first is drizzle some olive oil on both sides of the pork. So we're going to spread it, flip it over, and the oil helps the seasoning to adhere to it. So you want to oil both sides of your pork chops. Right, so now that we have that, we're gonna use your seasoning blend. So use whatever seasoning blend you're accustomed to using and what you enjoy using. At this time, at that point in time, I was using that particular seasoning blend, but you use whatever. So I'm adding salt because the seasoning blend that I used did not have salt in it, so I'm adding salt to it now. All right, so I'm going to create a slurry for it. So I'm taking some of the chicken broth and putting it in another bowl here in order to put the cornstarch in order to create a cornstarch slurry. So we just combine it, mix it well. So time for us to cook our pork chops. So I'm using coconut oil. And now we're going to we'll cook through our pork chops. Brown it on both sides. All right, so our pork chops are now cooked through. So we're going to remove it now from our pan because we have to make the sauce now for it. So we're going to add to the same pan out the onion, and we sort of we want to deglaze the bottom of that pan because that's where all the fond is and that's where all the flavor is. Okay, so I'm adding now the apples there. So you notice I cooked the onions until they were nice and soft. And we added in the apples. After the apples are soft, we're going to add in the rest of the chicken broth, the apple juice, and the Dijon mustard, and of course our dried thyme. We're going to stir that well, combine everything together. Now we're going to add our cornstarch mixture. And we're going to cook that until it thickens up. You can already see that it has started to thicken, the sauce. And now we're going to add back our pork chops to our pan to warm through. And to top it off, guys, when you're ready to serve, you can top it off with some spring onions or chive.